A preview of Tennessee's offensive line brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning, cityheatandair.com. We're going to end this conversation with a conversation about, are you hot or cold on Tennessee's offensive line as a whole? But before we do that, let's get to some individual parts. And Caleb will have a column on this up on offthehooksports.com later today. Churning out like 8 pieces of content a day, so you got to check it out. All right, let me start with Lance Hurd. Are you hot or cold on Lance Hurd, who was cold to start last season, hot to end last season, basically in halves? And I think that was because of the ankle sprain.
I'm hot on Lance
That's
Hurd.
hot.
I'm coming along with Lance Hurd. The ankle sprain. Look, we talked about how slow he was moving last year, and it's like, okay, well, if you have a high ankle sprain, you're just naturally going to move slow at tackle. That's just how that works, isn't it?
Yes.
So, yeah, and he came along at the end. I had no issues with him at the end of the year. So, yeah, no, I'm hot on Lance Hurd.
Okay, David Sanders at the other tackle is probably projected to play right tackle, but I wouldn't be surprised if they flipped Hurd over to right. They've done this before and put Sanders at left. I don't know why they do it, but they do. And David Sanders, I mean, he's a recruit, right? So
That's hot.
everybody's hot until you go out there and flub it up.
He's Tennessee's highest rated recruit per number since Eric Berry. Eric Berry had one of the greatest freshman seasons of all time in Tennessee football history. So, yes, I'm expecting that from David Sanders.
Larry Johnson III would be, I believe, the first string backup tackle. Hot or cold?
I'm cold. He should have been. He wasn't ready last year. I'm not so sure he'll be ready this year.
Okay. Wait.
That's hot.
I'm actually hot on him. I may be overly optimistic about this offensive line group, but I believe they're going to come into their own. I really do. So you don't have Andre Carrick at left guard because he wasn't able to win his appeal for an extra year. So he's off to the NFL, I guess, or the AFL or whatever he's going to do.
AFL? What is this, 1965?
AAFL, right? Isn't that what it's called?
You said AFL.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Wow, Dave. Someone's old.
Yeah. You know what I like is that, what was it called? The other basketball league? Can't remember.
The ABA?
Yes. I was a big ABA guy. I'm kidding. I don't remember those times. Sham Umarov.
I'm cold on him. I'm cold on him. I'm sorry.
I got to be cold on him too because he hasn't ascended the ladder yet. But I believe that at the end of the day, we'll be talking about him making another step. I say end of the day, end of the season. Sorry to throw a cliche in there. Now, you know where I stand on William Satterwhite.
That's hot.
I'm with you.
Keep hearing he's a good, smart, physical player. As a matter of fact, somebody in Tennessee's program said he reminds them of Cooper Mays. I don't know that you could give a better compliment to a center.
That's an amazing compliment. But I've seen coaches compare players to greats of the past when they're trying to make a point. I will never forget Philip Fulmer being like, I think Eric Ainge has many of the qualities Peyton Manning had as a freshman at Tennessee.
I want to add this too. Why is Cooper Mays not at the combine?
I do not believe so.
Okay, because I feel like a doofus because I said good luck this morning, and he's probably wondering good luck at what? Rolling out of bed and working out. So, yeah, I feel kind of stupid for that. I deleted it, though, so maybe you won't see it. But I don't understand why he's not at the combine. That's bizarre to me.
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
All right, we'll do it, Coop. All right, so to the rest of the offensive linemen.
Well, you missed a couple key ones. You missed the transfers.
I'm not done.
Okay, all right.
Wendell Amo Jr. at theoretically, I'm thinking right guard, most likely. I can't be hot on him. I mean, he comes from Arizona. I just don't know that he's going to be able to handle the rigors of the SEC.
I think you have won me over on this because he didn't adjust to the system last year when they changed coaches at Arizona. And so he was an all Pac-12 freshman. And then the veer and shoot, that was in a pro style offense. Then they brought the veer and shoot last year with Dino Babers, which is actually similar to what Josh Heupel runs, and he had a massive drop off. So I don't know if I think he's just a body, and I don't know if he's able to handle the tempo that Heupel runs.
Fair. Okay, so then the other transfer, Sam Pendleton from Notre Dame.
I'm high on him. I'm very high on him. He actually, again, people think he lost the starting job. No, he didn't. He actually overperformed as the starter. It's just there was a guy penciled in ahead of him before the season, and then he got healthy, so they put him in. But I'm high on Sam Pendleton.
That's hot.
You're not high, you're hot.
I'm
If
hot.
it's brought to you by the Hemp House, you'd be high. It's brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning, cityheatandair.com. Are you high or now you threw me off. Are you hot or cold on this offensive line? I'm going to tell you exactly what I think after a quick message from City Heating and Air Conditioning, cityheatandair.com.
Hi, Mike Davis here with City Heating and Air, reminding you to always dare to compare. Our team provides quality local heating and air service, installation, and maintenance across East Tennessee. We use only the best equipment like American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning for your residential, new construction, or commercial needs. Honesty, dependability, and customer satisfaction have been the cornerstones of our business since 1961. City Heat and Air.
Okay, I talked myself through it, and I guess I spoke it out loud here on the show. I find myself hot on Tennessee's offensive line. Am I being overly optimistic offseason, Dave?
Maybe. I find myself in that situation where you were swimming in a cold pool, then you jumped in the hot tub, and then you get out. And whatever you feel when you get out after doing that, I'm that. Because I'm cold in some areas, hot in some.
You're referring to shrinkage?
No, that's only the cold water.
Oh, okay. Is that like in the hot water though?
I don't know if the hot water causes it too. I have no idea. All I'm saying is whatever the mix is, whether you go from the cold water to the hot tub, I'm whatever you're feeling when you get out of that.
That's hot.
I'm hot on this.
Is that her response to shrinkage?
Yeah, I would say, or non-shrinkage. I would say this: if they had Carrick back, I would definitely be hot. I want to say, like, what do you set your thermostat on, Caleb?
I set mine at 70.
Okay. Some people set theirs a little bit higher, like at 72. I'm probably at 70, brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning. So I'm hotter than most who would set their thermostat at 68 or 69 degrees, but I'm not up to 72, which is actually how I like it. Take a second to hit that like and subscribe button. Caleb, are you hot or cold on Glenn Ellerbe?
I'm hot on Glenn Ellerbe in terms of arrangement, in terms of arranging the offensive line. I'm cold on him in terms of developing the offensive line. I need to see more.
I'm actually hot on him. I don't feel like we give him credit for salvaging Lance Hurd and what could have been a lost season. I don't feel like we give him credit for Darnell Wright. We just say it's natural talent. Well, Darnell Wright wasn't on anybody's draft radar before Ellerbe got a hold of him. I got to be honest with you. I'm pretty hot on him.
We're gonna have to see. I'm still mixed. I think his arrangement is good, but I'm not so sure his actual development is good. That's what we need to see more of.
Okay, now I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to give you 3 Coop traits. And what Coop?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
Okay, there's leadership. There's just the ability, and I know that some of these are going to meld into each other, but there's leadership. There is the ability to get the offensive line in the right position at tempo, boom, boom, boom. And then there's just his physical play. How would you rank those 3? That's tough. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to think of it. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, so leadership, the ability to get him in the right position, and physical play. And how would I rank those 3 for a lineman?
No, how would you rank those 3 that Coop brought to the table? And as far as what Tennessee will miss this year?
Oh. Leadership. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Literally the way you named it. Not that he's not physical. He's very physical, but leadership, the ability to get him in the right spots, and physical play in that order. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, it's like a 1A, 1B, 1C.
It really is.
It really is close. I would go leadership, his play, and then the ability to get Tennessee's offensive lineman in position. Because I think that Nico Iamaleava will be able to do some of that, Caleb, and you'll see that shine through if William Satterwhite isn't completely adept at it. Adam says, if he refers to the offensive line, another way to look at that, Darnell Wright didn't get noticed until Hendon Hooker became his quarterback. Tackles get blamed for poor quarterback play. Fair. So was that more about Hooker or was that more about Wright? I think it's
what
Wright.
Adam, what you're forgetting is Hendon Hooker was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football in 2021. And then in 2022, they flipped Darnell Wright to right tackle, and Hendon Hooker became one of the least sacked quarterbacks in college football. So it wasn't just about Hendon Hooker becoming his quarterback. It was also it was very much Darnell Wright moving to right tackle, and then being able to get Gerald Mincy and Jeremiah Crawford to alternate at left tackle.
Yeah, Travis throws in there, and I can't confirm this, but Travis seems like a very astute poster in the message board. Nick Saban went to Huntington High School to recruit Darnell Wright. His coaches were convinced he was going to Bama. Let's not forget that Nick Saban was also from West Virginia. So that's probably a little tug in his heart.
So also a big win for Pruitt to get him out of West Virginia. And you can say they paid him, but the truth is we know that's not true because all the players that they paid for Tennessee to comply with the investigation, they basically forced them to transfer out of the program. So
yeah, I think Derek kind of hit it right here. Tennessee football could go nuclear in either way. Defensive line turnover and offensive line turnover. Secondary will be young, no experience or depth, no proven wide receivers or depth. Not looking good, honestly. I think
there's a range of 7-5 to 11-1. Like last year, I said the range is 9-3 to 12-0. This year, it's 7-5 to 11-1.
Can't argue with that. If you had to pick between 7-5 and 11-1, what would you pick?
I would pick 11-1, but I'm not confident about it. I'll tell you that right now.